Hi, I'm Russell Vaughn. Today we're going to talk about contractors and integrity. There's some contractors out there that do not have any integrity at all. They will fly into a job and just start charging crazy money for something that really shouldn't cost that much. And some contractors, just because they're already there, believe that they can just triple the charge. That's not integrity. If you're going to advertise integrity, you need to have integrity. And today I messed up, and here I am. I'm going to fix it. I could have just drove off and pretend like I didn't do it, but I know I did it. So today we are going to fix a button for their gate to open and close. Luckily he had an extra one, so a lot of this isn't coming directly out of pocket. The materials I'm going to be using, let me grab them. Here's the extra button. Thankfully, I'm so happy he had one, because the cheapest one I could find in town was like 30 bucks. So I'm very thankful he had one. And butt connectors, I believe that's what they're called. Yeah, butt connectors. Shrink wrap, or whatever the heck this is called, shrink tube, or whatever your preferred pronoun is. I'm gonna do that just for these to help try and waterproof it a little bit, but it's not gonna last forever. It's just a fix for now until I can get the correct stuff to fix it like it needs to be fixed. So today we're gonna start with I've got some needle nose pliers. I'm just using it for the wire cutter part because I prefer something smaller like this that I can get my small hands around to be able to use it a little easier. This, I'm not 100% sure what these are called. That's me being honest. But these are my grandpa's, and he died 10 years ago. And I'm pretty sure he had these well before I was born, and I'm 41 today. So we're gonna be vicariously working through him today. All right, I hope y'all can hear me. Wind just started blowing. If you can't, I'll try to do a voiceover. I'm not real good at that stuff though. Here's the wire. It's just a little, a two-way wire, or a two-lead wire that really there's nothing special about it. It's just a piece of a wire that that I think they probably had just laying down around. It looks like an extension cord of sorts, but I'm not a gate installer, so this could be standard equipment. Let's see here. I'm gonna come up just a little bit, leave quite a bit just in case I've got to come back and cut more off because of corrosion or anything of the sort. I'm gonna split this wire real quick. This is the easiest way to do it. If you've got one of these little, I don't know what they're called, it's probably called a wire splitter, but it's flat on one side and a sharp tooth on the other, and it splits it up just like this. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it makes it so you can peel it apart a little bit, and then use this to, I'm not sure what gauge wire this is, but I'm gonna kind of guess. I'm thinking it's like a 12, maybe even a 14, I'm not for sure. Okay, that wasn't the right size. Let's try 16. Ah, there we go, 16. All right, let's get our knife out, because even this wire here looks a little corroded, or this one looks good, but this one looks a little corroded. So I'm just going to take my razor blade, my utility knife, and I'm going to kind of untwist it a bit. And this is kind of dangerous. You could cut yourself, so be careful. And I'm not telling you to do this. You're doing this at your own risk. You're going to scrape this off, just kind of scrape it, turn it just a little bit so it catches a new angle. And it probably doesn't matter, but I have noticed that in the things that I do, that if I don't do this, there's always a problem on the other end. So, and remember, I am not an electrician. I am not a gate installer. I'm just a contractor. Just a contractor trying to fix my mess that I made. I was so mad at myself when I did this, because I knew there was a possibility this could have been very expensive. This could have been a very expensive mess up. But thankfully, I'm lucky and I pay my tithing, thank goodness. All right, this is an extension cord, obviously. I'm gonna cut this end off because I need this for something else. But this extension cord is, whoops, didn't mean to throw that, meant to throw that. This extension cord is just got tears in it and it's kind of tore up a bit. But, you know, I wonder if I can fit that around this to help. Ooh, that's close. Probably not. This was just a tore up, you know, OSHA won't let you use certain types of extension cords. I usually take them home and use them, but you know, I've got so many that, I mean, I got to find other uses for them. And so this is one of the uses that I have kind of figured. I've used it to wire my boat, you know, because these are, I had a I don't know what gauge this is, probably a 12 or a 14, but I had some 12 that I used in my little aluminum boat, you know, just something me and my daughter were putting together, and so we could have something to go out in the water with a trolling motor and things. But I hope they're not coming here. At least I don't think they are. All right, we're using 16 gauge. Yep, this looks like it's either a 16 or a 14. We win. They didn't come here. Thank goodness. All right, let me check, make sure y'all can see what I'm doing. All right, I found a ghetto ladder. Well, I say a ghetto ladder. I found two ghetto ladders. One sparks, one's got gas, so we got to use them both. And it was a wonderful, and when I say wonderful, I mean wonderfully brisk, cool day. Right here in the, sorry, I'm choking on water. Brisk day right here in Central Texas. You know, there's finally some clouds in the sky. Hadn't been all day. I think it got up to 96, 97, something like that. But man, I will take 96 or 97 any day over 110, 112, 75% humidity. That's just downright miserable right there. Like, whew, very miserable. But it's been nice and cool today, so let's get this thing rolling. All right. Hopefully the shadow is not casting too big of a shadow over it. This is probably too big now that I think of it, but we're gonna do something. We're gonna try and get it, maybe if I can get it on there. There we go. Let's try and see if I can get these lighters going with the wind the way it is. Shoot, man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. That wind all of a sudden decided it wanted to hang around. All right, we got our spark, we got our gas. Let's do this. Maybe. Pray to the fire gods. Oh, come on. Do I have my, I don't think I have my torch with me. Son of a donkey. The wind. Of course, the wind. Okay, let's try it again. Wind. It's chilled out for a second. There we are. And the wind is back. Woo! That's hot. That burnt my finger. Let's go. Come on. You know, heaven forbid I have a working lighter, right? What kind of prepper am I? Woo! He got my finger, Dad. He got my finger. Ooh, that is hot. I don't know how I'm going to do this, really. I'm thinking about just getting my drill and just kind of drilling a hole down there so I don't have to cut so much. Because, I mean, all I've got with me is scissors. And these are like household scissors. I use them for all different kinds of things. Cutting paper, putting on the ground to keep the floors, you know, and plastic and tapes that, you know, when we prep stuff for painting or, you know, preparing the floor to keep it from getting destroyed while we're doing sheetrock work, you know, things like that. That's what I use these for, but I don't think they're gonna work. Let me find my drill, see if it's got a drill bit on it. All right, we're gonna do this a bit differently. Don't look at my trashy truck. I technically live in it, okay? We are gonna take a T25 on my little impact thingamajigger bob. We're just gonna stick it in there sideways like this and see if we can just, I don't know, melt a hole, something. Well, it's kind of working. I think it's just melting it is what it's doing. All right, let's try the other side. Maybe it's kind of working. Well, that's through. Let's see what we can get in there. Oh, I'm fat. Oh, fat and the restless. All right, let's see. That's gonna be difficult. Okay, sunglasses are not helping at all. Okay, where we are. All right, taking a Phillips. Doesn't matter probably, but I'm gonna see if I can force it into that hole. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah, baby. Yeah. No, don't fall out. Did you see that? It tried to come out. I think going in this way is gonna be a heck of a lot easier than coming up the other way. Hope I'm right. Oh, darn it. Don't you hate it when you're right? Well, let's hope that works. All right. I am honestly cannot believe that worked. Well, I say it worked. I guess let's get it all put together first. Oh no! What'd I do with it? Dadgummit, I lost it, didn't I? Oh, put Russell in charge of it. He won't lose it. I think that's the story of my life. I lose stuff that... I found it! I was almost stepping on it. But that is the story of my life. Man, it seems like that's all I do is lose stuff. Okay, don't want to break that. All right. Now I can get these, the rest of this extension cord out of the way. Oop, don't want to forget my plug. I need that. All right, let's get over here where you can see what I'm doing. Let's stand right here. Okay, this is the waterproofer. There's a little nut you take off, and then you stick her in the hole, and then you nut it. Stick it in that hole and you twist it around and then it falls out. Let's try this again. Maybe I won't fall off this time. All right, you stick it in there and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you twist yourself around. Look at that nut. Isn't that a beautiful nut? In there, that's wonderful. It is perfect. Okay, all right, let's pull this side out. That's not gonna, you know what? I might be able to just use one. I think I'm gonna be able to. Cool. These people I'm working for out here are good people. I love them. They are very good to me and my family. Extremely good. And when I texted him because I was in the middle of trying to unload a trailer, I said, hey, I messed up your gate. I'm in town getting stuff. I hope I didn't just break that again. Told him I was getting stuff and I'll be out there shortly. He was like, okay. And he started looking to see if he had one, and luckily he had a, there we go. Come on, get a little tighter. Daddy likes it tight. Oh, I'm definitely getting old. Oh my gosh, I can't see up close anymore. What the heck? This isn't fair. All right. And the clippers, let's clip this off. At a 45-degree angle is the appropriate way to clip this off. Actually, let's see if we can tighten it a bit without ruining it. Let's just cut it. 45-degree angle is acceptable for a-holes. That's how I feel. All right, let's get this. Okay. All right. Stick this up. This is not the proper size. Golly, I don't even know what to call that thing. Oh, my brain is dead. Why can't I think of what it's called? It's gonna drive me nuts. All right. Now that we're in there, what I'm gonna do is kind of make a mark. Come back you know what? You know, I'm gonna stay at that mark because I was thinking that I was gonna go a little further down, but I'd end up having exposed wires at that point, so not really a good idea. All right, where are you? Is that you? There you go. Nope, that's not you, but you will work for the moment, I think. Apparently, that's not made to cut wires. Like I said, pretty sure that thing's older than I am. And I'm not an electrician, so I don't know exactly how to use these. There's a specific way and specific times to, you know, to use certain things on here, and you know, that's why YouTube's wonderful. I need to look it up so I know exactly how to use these next time. It's not a bad idea. I like the way you think. I mean, whatever. You know, this is another one of those things. I don't know why they put these strands in here. It's probably for wire stability. I'm sure one of those gay keyboard warriors will tell us. Dum-da-da-da! We're in. He said we're in. Not sure if I like how short I cut those, but I'm gonna live with it. All right, I'm gonna finish putting this together while I'm waiting for that thing to shut. I wonder if I can make it shut. Hey, I made it shut. I made it work. I'm so happy I don't have to buy a new gate. Man, gate things are expensive. Have you priced them lately? Goodness, I went and just looked up, tried to find a switch. All right then. Perfection. All right, this, yep, that goes like that. Ooh, found another problem. The zip tie back there is kind of pushing everything out. Okay, I'm guessing we should probably not tighten these super tight, just enough to hold it on here until I can come back out here tomorrow or something. No, you won't be coming with me. I've only got one video in me, one video a year. Just kidding. All right, sorry I blocked everything. I was just making sure everything was zip tied in there good. Not gonna come out. I think we need to move this way. Oh, it's closing all on its own. That's actually a good thing. Yep, could have done better, but I didn't. So, you know, if I'd have had the time, I'd have come out here and just, you know, completely redid this, you know, welded a new plate up here, had some bolts coming out or something to strap this to. I mean, it was pretty much like this before I broke it, but having integrity as a contractor is about going above and beyond. You know, if you break something, and if somebody asks you to, hey, I need you to fix this wall, you know, I'm not saying replace all the studs in there for free, but have integrity and say, look, this stud, it's beginning to start rotting, or it's beginning to look like it's ready to be replaced. We don't have to do it right this second, but if it gets wet one more or two more times, then we'll have to replace it. So you decide. It's your choice. It'll cost this much. You know, it'll take me this long to replace all these 2x4s or whatever it is you're replacing. You know, that's what they call above and beyond the scope of work. And that happens every single day. You know, there's always something, because you can't see behind that wall. You know, you could drill a hole and put a camera in there, but it's not going to show everything. You know, and once you get that sheetrock off, or once you start tearing into something, there's always something that's rotted or broken, or it wasn't put in the right place. There's always an issue. So remember, have integrity, not just as a contractor, at your work. Remember, everyone in this world is self-employed. Even you go to your 9 to 5, 8 to 5, 6 to 6, 6 to 8, 4 to 10, whatever your work. You are the sole owner of yourself. Sorry. So every day you go to work, you're selling something. You're selling yourself. You go hard. You work hard. Hopefully you'll get rewarded. I can't say always, because sometimes corporations are absolutely ignorant. But just have integrity. You know, do what you're going to say what you're going to do it. It's like the golden rule. You treat others how you would want to be treated. Do you want a contractor coming into your house and telling you that, you know, oh, it's now going to be $10,000 to rip out that wall because now we didn't realize it was a weight-bearing wall, which you should have known. But that's, you know, things happen. That's not anybody's fault. You just say, hey, this is what happened. This is where I'm at. This is what we have to do. This is my idea on how to solve this. What are your thoughts? There's nothing wrong with asking the homeowner what they think. I mean, they are paying you. It's just like you go to your 9-to-5 job. You're at work, you ask your boss. Homeowners like a boss. You still run yourself. You still run your business. You go to work, you run yourself. You have your own business. Now, how you handle yourself, that's all on you. Be a good person. Say your prayers.